The people are very rude. They have this sneaky, slimy way of trying to be rude mindlessly by trying to make it as a joke. I've even, when I was there, it's an Islamic country, but you bring up the fact that people have poor behavior, and like, what would Allah think about that? They would just laugh and say, "Thank you." But then when you call them out for it, just like the color thing, because I would see them treat Indians and blacks like very poorly. Then the people like, "What are you talking about? What are you talking about?" Like, it was like very bizarre how the people would try to defend their buffoonery of xenophobia, and especially considering the fact that people wouldn't, in like most parts of, let's say, West Europe, even be considered full white, and hence they would get ostracized. Matter of fact, there's a terminology called turkey phobia, if not mistaken, where people from the country of Turkey get treated poorly when they go to the West, part of Western Europe, but yet in their country they treat Indians and blacks very poorly. Very stupid people. They, like, all the women were very masculine. It was akin to, let's say, how a lot of African American women have been conditioned due to the whole divide and conquer thing between men and women to be very overly masculine unnecessarily, and then just really in general with American women with being hard, which is a deep, sick reason behind that. But to keep it YouTube friendly, it's all about promoting feminism and promoting duality, which is unnatural. And it was definitely unnatural with my interaction with the women there. They were all the white women, or so-called white women, were all very masculine. Um, they're very aggressive unnecessarily. Even when they were working in the customer service, they would like snatch stuff out of your hand, like snatch my passport, and try to do things to passive aggressive to try to start a fight, similar to what a lot of racist white people do in America when they try to start fights with people of color, to provoke them so that they can say that the person of color kirked out on them. And really, they were actually clearly trying to provoke the person of color to react to them. And they got off on it, like they got wet off on it or something. It's very bizarre. Even when I was around the people, I could feel them. I could feel the low vibration from them, and how they would try. Their energy was very low vibrational and negative. Like it was turning like a hamster wheel when you start talking to them. Like in the hamster on a wheel, and he's going really fast. That's the level of the energy that would be created when interacting with these people just by looking at you. It's very creepy, very bizarre. Um, Even when I went out in Istanbul, the people were very disingenuous when I would ask them, are they friendly? Oh, yeah, we're friendly. But normally it was to try to get you to buy something. And like, you would then ask them a question and they would immediately assume that you're going to talk, you're interested in talking to them or something like that. When really you're literally just a foreigner there and you're trying to ask a question about directions, literally and truthfully. People are very arrogant, but the thing is, unlike, let's say, UK or France or Paris, where it's very developed, it's very pristine and polished and very attractive, Istanbul looked like crap. You know what I mean? The building were run down. It was like in the American movies when they always depict in Eastern Europe, where it's all gloomy, there's no sun outside, and it was just dreary, and the buildings look decay. It was like that in Istanbul. I'm really confused how it's number 19 and the highest GDP in the world, but whatever. But in any event, when interacting with the people, I met nobody friendly, except for some of the guys when like they were trying to get me to get into a taxi and give them money. Other than that, it was obviously a ploy, especially when I would talk to them, and I would get down to what their motive is. It's very easy to figure people out. Um, Despite people thinking they're different because there's the lack of hue, high percentage of hue. But in any event, uh, like, yeah, the people were just very toxic, very negative, all around in the airport, throughout the town, in Istanbul, the capital. The people, they would, pretend to believe in Allah and Islam, but they didn't follow none of the tenets at all. They seemed to be more worshiping white supremacy than Islam. And for that, that's why I wanted to really make this video. A lot of time people are doing these kind of videos to make a complaint or make a rant, but this is very important. A lot of times people promote going to places like this, Eastern Europe, especially for black men to go there to get escape from the matrix, so to speak. But these people are crazy. Like, matter of fact, when I talk to a lot of white people in Eastern Europe and Western Europe, they would tell me like, no, don't go to Eastern Europe. Like, I was just there for a layover. Now imagine if you went there to vacation to check it out. Especially the white women that I met in Western Europe, they all told, they're the ones that, matter of fact, they're the most genuine. They told me no, they're gonna be small-minded. Their food's gonna be crap. They're gonna be meat eaters. Like they had no, like I'm vegan. They had no vegan option there. It's very like, it's like back in the Stone Ages or something. Like these people, they haven't caught up yet. And matter of fact, that's what a lot of the people in Western Europe told me. Like, yeah, they stuck in time because they got conquered. They were conquered people. Many of them, first the Ottoman Empire, they did conquer a lot of people. Then they lost their footing when England started taking over much of the world. And then they kind of lost their footing of power. And then many of the other Eastern European countries, Romania, they got conquered by Russia. So these people, they're nothing like really special, but they pretend they are. Like when I would talk to a lot of the guys, girls, especially, the teeth were jacked up. It was like broken teeth and so forth. But they were very, and like a lot of the machinery, like in the fast food and the restaurants, excuse me, the food court and so forth, it wasn't functional. It was just very like lame. And that's not a big deal. Like when you go, let's say, to a developing country and they don't have a working visa machine or the process your card and so forth, they only accept cash, it's fine. But when I'm going to, let's say, throughout Latin America, the people are nice. They're friendly. They're humble. They have some humility about themselves. Some of those tenets that's talked about in their Christian faith or Catholic faith, respectively. But with these people, they don't follow anything. The only thing they care about is being an asshole. And so I wanted to make this so it would make, especially a lot of black men, really reconsider going to Eastern Europe at all. I mean, these people are very dense in the head. They're very narrow-minded, xenophobic. They like rap music, though. Like it's similar to with the white people in America, where they hate people, but they listen to the black music and they dress like the black people and they like the black men, especially if they tall, dark, and handsome. But they hate the black people too. So it's that kind of bizarro world mentality, but on a higher level, because they don't have like a PC system. Like in America, people will be like, "Oh, I'm sorry," all the fake stuff. But they're not gonna apologize for nothing. Like they'll be rude to you and be like I said when they was asking, "What do you think Allah would think about bad behavior?" They're like, huh, "I don't know. Thank you." So you didn't thank you for having bad behavior, yeah. And then when I brought the color thing once again, that's when the guy started, saying, getting all defensive. Which is similar to in America when you bring up the people being racist and it's blatantly obvious. They'll start saying they're not racist. They should just embrace it and be what they are, but they don't want to do that. So don't go there. The reason you don't go there, and the reason I'm making the video, because every time you go there, you're giving them money. So every time, like when you buy food, when you go through the terminals, when you buy items in duty free, you're giving that country money. You don't want to give people like that any money. You want them to starve because they're rotten to the core. They don't value nothing. They don't respect nothing. Okay? They don't even respect the deity they pretend to believe in. The only thing they value is their ego. And places like that, you don't need to be giving nothing to. Nothing to. And the way you beat people, loony people like that, is you don't argue with them or physically confront them. You beat them with your wallet. You boycott them. You don't go. Similar to like what a lot of brothers need to do with, let's say, countries like the Dominican Republic, who treat the Haitians like crap, yet majority of people are descendants of Haitians. And their whole culture is a black culture with the dembo music and et cetera, et cetera. Same thing with these instable people. I mean, it's ridiculous. I mean, especially when you look at it from a historical perspective, when many of these people were conquering the world, their ancestors hundreds of years ago, they were working with people called the Moorish people, which was the black people. So a lot of their wealth that the country accumulated over hundreds and hundreds of years ago was working with a group of people that were black. So again, and it's not even just what they do to black people, it's what they do to other people in their area, and some groups, people from Greece and some people from the east part of the country. It's xenophobia, and it's not a good place. It's not a place that people should support in any way. It's backwards. It's ridiculous. And so I'm actually not even, it was a layover. I'm headed to a different part of the world, Asia. So when you're going, if you're from the United States or Europe, particularly the United States, if you're going to Asia, don't fly through Europe and so forth. Go the opposite way. Go to the West Coast, then to Japan, and then through Asia. That way, you're not interacting with these idiots. They can then, be xenophobic and, I don't know, sleep with their cousins or whatever, so they can keep the xenophobia going. Which that's history. You can research that with their incestuous behavior, and yeah, you can avoid them, and you don't have to interact with them. And when you have that mindset, that disciplined mindset, similar to like what Martin Luther King and crew did in the 60s with Alabama boycotting the bus service and not giving them no money, they had to switch up the act. Please don't go there. It's gonna make it even better. It's gonna make it even be sweeter because now they're gonna see nobody wants to do anything with them. No black football players want to entertain in their country, and then maybe they'll salve and change of heart. Either way, your money's not going to them. It's going to people that respect you, value, and welcome you. And that's what this whole traveling thing is all about, especially for the brothers, going where you're welcome, not tolerated. All right, till next time.